scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario.
Test. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Here's the Scenario. I like Nicole freaking out on not knowing whether to put the volume up or down because I kept the test going. But welcome to Here's the Scenario podcast, a hypothetical-based podcast. We do what ifs, would you rathers, marry, kills, all that fun stuff submitted by you, the listener. I'm one of your hosts, Mike Cannon. With me, as always,
Brendan Sagalow, as well as
Mike Feeney.
and if you'd like to submit questions, preferential treatment goes to our Patreon users. That's patreon.com/scenariopod. We do a ton of bonus content. If you're a newbie on there, there's well over 200 episodes, and that means 200 hours of exclusive content strictly to the Patreon. Never been released to the public. So hop on, check that out for as little as $3, and we got a ton more stuff coming out. So
heck yeah.
Let's get to the first question. Ethan Skullfox, Halloween Swanson, it says, Halloween season, tell us a paranormal or unexplainable experience you have had.
I don't think I've ever had an unexplainable experience, but
You're here.
I'm here. Yeah, I've made it on Earth. In a way, it is unexplainable that I've survived this long.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was what's that road? In Long Island where it's like haunted, what was that? What's it called?
Like near Amityville you're talking about?
No. What's the name of that headless horseman thing?
Tarrytown.
No, not Tarrytown.
Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. So I don't know what this, but there's a road in Long Island that has all these like paranormal ghost stories attached to it and everything. It's one of those things where like there's a bridge and the street somehow kind of goes like this. So if you park in the middle of it, like your car gets pushed or whatever, and they say that a bunch of like orphans or something like in the 1800s jumped off of the bridge, and then if you put your car there, they will push them, and then if you get out of the car, you'll see little fingerprints and all that. So there's tons of that. And one of the stories is there's a rumor where if you go around and you're driving at night, you'll get pulled over, and the cop will let you off with a warning. What are you laughing at?
I just had to take a picture of Feeney's disinterested face.
Oh, all right.
I'm listening. I'm in a listening mode. There's been a lot of exposition.
Well, so there's
I missed it because you looked right up at me, but you were like this for a while.
So one of the stories is you'll be driving on the road late at night. A cop will pull you over, and he'll let you off with a warning. And then when he turns around, the back of his head will be blown out by a shotgun. So we're on. It's Halloween, and Sweet Hollow Road. There it is, Sweet Hollow Road. Strange experiences and hauntings. So it's Halloween. So we're like, all right, let's go to Sweet Hollow. Let's go. We'll park over to the side, and we'll get out, and we'll like make a campfire in the forest or something, and just tell scary stories. And we park, and we're getting all of our stuff on. And what would so happen to happen is
Title.
What would so happen to happen is whoop, a fucking cop turns his lights on right behind us. And we've been talking about this. We're like, what are some stories you know? And someone was like, oh, there's one about a cop, blah, blah, blah. Whoop, cop lights. I get as silent as like a deer in headlights, and who knows what sound a deer makes when it's caught in headlights. Anyway, so the cop comes, gives us a warning, turns around, and we're all like, and his head was still intact, but very freaky, very freaky.
Holy shit.
And I think it's time to do plugs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think
that was that.
Speaking of freaky, leave a 5-star review.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I have two things I could think of. Number one, I don't know if that's where we were, but my friends and I went to a similar haunted area of Long Island, driving, dark roads, no street lights, hilly, woodsy kind of a thing. And it was very foggy that night too. And I remember I wasn't driving. We were in I was in the back seat, so I don't even know where we were. It might have very well been that exact area. And we were driving, and the thing where you're like, when you're looking to be scared with friends, you like make things be scarier. Where you're like, whoa, what's that? No, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
You're just like, you're like on like a haunted ghost show where you just go, what was that? You heard it? I heard it.
Yeah.
Someone heard it?
Show yourself.
Yeah. And so I remember we were driving, we didn't really see anything. We had a couple things where we were like, maybe that's no, okay, And then when we were leaving there, we like came around a bend just because, I think we were 17 and my buddy was probably doing like 50 and a 30. And there was a person like walking on like the side of the road. But it was like that where there was like no shoulders. They were still in the road all the way to the right, but they were just like walking in the road. And we came around the corner, with the fog, with being the night, being the dark, and then like the headlights, all we just saw was like their eyes, like right as we came so close to like hitting them with the side view mirror. We were so close to their car, and we all fucking screamed to a level that we were like, oh, that was a ghost, that was a ghost, that was a ghost, get out of here, get out of here. And then we just made my friend drive faster and more recklessly through a neighborhood where it just turns out he was just almost killing a person. And if he did hit a person, we would have been like, it was a ghost,
I feel like every single suburban town has that area where devil worship happens, or there's that story of the cop pulling you over, and it's just a recipe to get kids killed because you're gonna like get pulled over and instead go on a high speed chase and get fucking gunned down by a spike strip or something. But we used to do Clausland Mountain, which is in Orangetown, New York. Similar stuff. There's all these rumors about like true devil worship. Like there's spray paint in these old areas. There's like satanic writing. There's like burned fire pits and sacrifices and shit like that. Like animal carcasses, the whole fucking nine. Real, Rockland True Detective shit. And so my friends and I, having heard that similarly on Clausland Mountain, the goal is at the top, there's an area where it peaks, right? And so you gas it right before you hit the peak. You shut off your headlights and then go and try to make it to the bottom of the mountain without seeing. That's the fun teenage thing to do.
And then you become ghosts.
Yeah, I've done that. That's terrifying. You just shut it off on a back road with no lights.
Terrifying. Just an asshole decision by fucking kids. So we're going. And the person I forget who was driving, but it was an actually sensible human because after, 100 yards, they were like, guys, what the fuck? And we turn on the light and we see a dude. He's just walking on the side of the mountain. There's no lights. There's no nothing. It's woods and just this road. And he's dragging like a tarp. And I don't know if it's my mind's eye or my imagination or whatever, but I felt as though I saw like a blonde tuft of hair, like long hair coming out the bottom of it.
Oh my God.
We were like, what the fuck? Like, and we went past him relatively quick to the point where we were like, what the fuck was that? Like, first of all, thank God we switched on the lights. We could have absolutely destroyed that guy with the car. Second of all, what is he doing in the pitch black?
Isn't
what
that
the
the
fuck
most
was
fun
that?
though? Because then you and your friends have that like, guys, you won't even believe, you have your moment.
So this isn't the end.
Oh.
So we get down to the bottom of the hill. We turn back around. We're like, we gotta like see that guy's face or something. When you're just like, it's classic horror movie.
Come back.
I need to get murdered.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put myself in the best position to get killed. And that's what we did. We drove up, and as we drove up, the tarp, we see the guy, the tarp's gone. He's not holding anything anymore. He's just walking with his head down like this and kind of like, I don't know. He didn't look at the car as we drove by, which I thought was odd considering we were the only moving life within hundreds of yards. And, did kind of like glanced up. We drive by him, right? And we're like, what the fuck? What is this? Because he's wearing like classic, the guy from Men in Black with the loose skin, like flannel, dirty flannel, jeans that have like, looks like he's been under a car all day, like just oil slicked up. And we're like, what the fuck is with this guy? And so we go to the end again and we do another turn.
Of course.
And we come back and he's gone.
Oh my
He's
God.
just gone. Couldn't find him. No trace of him. No trace of the tarp. And we were just left being like, What the fuck?
You look in
Cut
the
to-
rearview mirror and he's just like running on all fours towards the car.
He's under the car.
Yeah. Dude, on a I don't even know what this is in terms of like ghost or paranormal thing. This is not like a ooh spooky kind of thing, but it is a weird. I don't know what you want to classify this as, but my grandmother. Wait, no.
Old.
I guess it would be my great grandmother. When my grandfather and his brother were in World War II or whatever, she was like very worried because one of my
For the Germans, right?
yes
That they might get hurt.
one of my grandfather's brother got drafted into the war. My grandfather didn't get drafted but signed up and went anyway, and in a weird twist of fate, so. My great grandmother was apparently like just so worried about one of her sons dying, like her son Kenneth. She just kept having this weird feeling about him dying and not making it back. And then she had this dream where she like saw him as like I guess she kind of, who knows if it was a dream or if, I guess probably a dream, but she was saying that she like woke up at like 3 a.m. and saw like his ghost at the end of the bed and was like, Mom, like I'm fine. Like you don't need to worry about me anymore. Like I'm okay. And was wearing like the whole like soldier outfit or whatever. And then the next morning, the people came to the house to tell her that her son had been killed in the war.
Oh my God.
So he had died
Holy Private Ryan.
He had died that night. So it was like a weird thing where she like really saw that like whole, I don't know, she claims that she saw it in terms of a physical thing. It might have just been a weirdly eerie, realistic
dream.
feeling half dream kind of a thing.
Or
But
maybe just a reaction, like a PTSD kind of reaction, or her son being killed.
well, she didn't
know for
yet.
sure.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
saying
a premonition.
She makes up a whole
Premonition.
story that she had this dream. Maybe this didn't happen.
So you're calling his great grandmother a liar.
Such a wild
Give her a call.
accusation to make.
Give her a call. I'm just saying.
What's the number for 6 feet under?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in like an abandoned building or something? Did you
Yeah.
guys ever go
Yeah.
into like shit
Dude.
like that?
We so I like grew up in the woods, basically. Fort Montgomery, where I grew up, like it was just boys in my neighborhood, and they let us out, and we didn't come home until it got dark. Like that was just my childhood. We were feral kids, and so there's all in this area. It's right near Bear Mountain. There's just like dilapidated houses and fucking just shit structures that basically have been abandoned, fell down, killed someone, like something awful happened there. And we used to play in them all the time. Like all the time.
Man, kids growing up in the suburbs is such a death trap.
I've had a terrible.
Everywhere.
Every time I've went into something that was abandoned, something bad happened to me every single time.
Really? Like you got hurt or like cut
Yeah,
or something?
yeah. Like when we were in, Erica and I were in Douro Valley in Portugal, and we went to it's like this beautiful area. Vineyards in between mountains with a river running down. It was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And we went and got like drunk at this bar, and it was only probably 3/4 of a mile walk back to the hotel. So we're like, yeah, let's just walk. It was like day drunk. We're like, let's fucking go back. Who gives a shit,
Yeah.
And we were walking back, and we saw this like abandoned like home. Like it was just literally like
Grass.
what's the word I'm
and all
looking
that.
for? Not decrepit, but like it was. What's the word?
Dilapidated?
Yeah, but it's beyond like where they were like you can't go in here because it's
Condemned.
Condemned. That's it. So it was for sure like a condemned home. So we went in it and we're like walking around.
You're just like kicking out holes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, and it looked like
Breaking the structure.
Spitting
further.
on blood stains.
and I was filming it on my phone. I think I was like filming something that I was
Get
gonna
a T-Mobile sidekick.
It was like this was like going to be on an Instagram story of like us in like this like abandoned place. And as I'm filming it, my foot went through the floor.
Oh my God.
And it fucking sliced all the way up my leg and
Oh.
like, on my tattoo. And I was just like dripping blood, like walking the rest of the way back to the
Getting
thing.
like Portuguese sepsis.
Yeah, and like had to clean it out, and my foot was just kind of like swimming, and it was that thing where you like pull it out, and it's like just scratching you, and then so there was
Oh,
that.
gross.
You okay over there?
I
Sounds like you're enjoying yourself.
legs. Just like the thought of like tearing your fucking leg is so disgusting to me.
It was brutal. It was tough. The video is pretty funny because I'm like, whoa.
You share no empathy for your friend. The disgust for the
Well, he's
visual.
fine now,
Is he?
right? Are you good now?
Look at
Yeah,
him.
I've never
He's
walked the
shivering
same
while telling the
since. Yeah.
story.
And there was another thing that we went into one of those abandoned. It'll come to me, but yeah.
An abandoned butcher shop.
Yeah, I stepped on a couple nails when I was a kid.
That was
like
always my fear.
straight through, like right through the middle of my fucking foot too, with no
Tetanus?
give either way. No, I had to get tetanus shots after that.
That's
and
what I
was
mean.
fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I literally on construction sites all the time. Like there's just work being done everywhere. Our house, my parents bought our house in Fort Montgomery, I think for $35,000.
Wow.
Because it was burned down. And then they just built it. Like they built a 1 floor, whatever, like from the foundation and all of that
You
stuff.
just were on the site of the poltergeist house.
yeah, right. It was an Indian burial,
Yeah.
the pet
I used to-
cemetery.
I used to sleep on the ceiling every night.
Yeah.
I never actually broke into any abandoned places. I kept trying and it just nothing happened. There was a house right near my neighborhood where the wife and husband were murdered, and the kids came home and found their parents murdered and shit.
Where'd they come home from?
Amityville?
School. No, not in Amityville. It was it was right on my road. It was on Woodbury Road.
Mm.
And if you could look this up, I bet you could find this. I wonder how they got murdered, but they got killed, and the house was abandoned for a couple of months. Like they just can't fucking sell this place, kind of thing. Where the grass is up and all that shit, and we were like, let's stay in there. You know what I mean? We were like, let's fucking break in and stay. So we go there and we go around the back, and we're trying to find a place to break in. Obviously, the doors aren't working or anything. So we go to test the window, and I look up, and you had to climb kind of up. Like the window was here, and so I went up.
Just a homeless guy eating a dog. in the middle of the living room.
No, that would at least be something. We looked. You could see the kitchen, and then you could see stairs down to the basement, and the basement lights were on,
Oof.
and it was that was it.
Yeah,
and
no
I was
way.
like, oh, there's somebody all staying here already.
Dude,
my
that's
God.
Yeah.
you just remind me when we were young kids, there was that one abandoned house that feel like everybody had on their block, and we had ours. It was the same thing. It was overgrown. I don't think anybody was murdered in it, but they probably just moved out, and it was between homeowners. And
That could be the
I think
story.
all of my friends and I conjured up this whole thing of what happened in there, and they had window, and then there was the house came to a point up top, and there was kind of a top window in the attic area, and we were talking about it, and we looked up and we saw what in my mind and to all of my friends who were there a little girl standing
course.
in that window, and we were like, ah! And freaked out, and then we went back, and it was gone, that kind of a thing where that
awesome.
group, that weird group mind thing of where you all think you see something at once, but in a much less paranormal but still scary abandoned thing was that time that I went to shoot a sketch of we were shooting a parody of Call of Duty video. That place right in when you go into Queensboro Plaza, that big Apple building that they fucking remade, but at the time it was just gutted out, no windows, no anything. And we had scouted it. It was just being used as a parking lot. There was a parking attendant there. So my friends and I showed up to shoot a Call of Duty sketch, and we were all wearing army fatigues and all that other stuff. And the guy who was the parking attendant's what are you guys doing? And we were just no, we're good. We're going in there.
Old soldier.
Yeah. We're just going in there to film a thing real quick. And he's like, you have permission to go in there? And we were like, yeah. We're ROTC people. We're trying to just shoot, it's an army commercial. We're trying to shoot in there. And he went, all right, let me just clear it with the owner of the building. And then called him. We're like, you don't have to do that. And he's like, no, I'm going to do that. And then we called the guy came over and was like, what is this? And I tried to,
Convince him that he planned it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I sure did. I was like, no. I was like, we had
We
talked.
talked to Becky.
I was like, we talked to somebody about being able to shoot a thing, and they said it was totally cool. And he's like, who said it was cool? And I was like, I don't know, but we're just gonna shoot a little thing. It won't take more than an hour. And the guy was like,
So unprofessional.
and what's so crazy?
And they said it was totally cool.
Yeah, well, what was so crazy is I convinced him to let us go into this abandoned building. He's like, you got to be careful. He goes, first
you
off,
gotta be careful.
He goes,
if this
it's-
falls, it's my neck.
well, no, the thing was, he goes, well, yeah, I can't believe he let us
What
on.
an idiot.
That's crazy.
Because we had GoPro things, and we were doing it was a pretty heady fucking thing. And the guy, first off, was like, it's a good thing that you talk to me because we have like watchdog, like we have like dogs on like every floor to keep out like the whole. It was like legitimately like attack dogs.
Oh my
was
God.
We were just gonna be like and like walk in with.
Oh, that would have been
and
such
he
a better
took
video.
Out, he took out like the German. They were like German Shepherd, like, and another one was like a Rottweiler mix. And they brought them out, and they were like, "All right, you guys got like an hour." And then I was like, "Okay, thank you so much." And it took us probably like 4 hours to shoot this thing. And the parking attendant guy kept coming back and be like, "Guys, you got to get the fuck out." Like he's calling me and asking, and I just fucking greased the guy. I was like, "Buddy, fucking say that we left," you know? And he's like, and I was like, and it was $50 I just gave him, and he just
What
let
an
us
irresponsible man.
Yeah.
that
we
you
let us
were
film the
doing
rest
that.
of it. And it
Hollywood.
it's the
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hollywood.
Yeah. Did
Feels
you guys
good.
ever do that when they were like building new houses near you? You just go there
Yeah.
and throw parties?
Yeah.
Like in the shell of the home.
Oh yeah, I think I told you guys this. In my senior year of high school, they found an abandoned home that like people were selling and like showing around, and everyone in the grade just broke into it, and everybody smoking and drinking, and my fucking group of friends were the pussies who were going, "I think we're gonna get caught, you guys," and we're like, "Do you hear helicopters?" Doing shit like that, and we just left. And we're like, "I swear to God, we were hearing helicopters. The cops were gonna be called on us," because they were for sure gonna get called
Yeah.
on us. But
All right, George Hill. Let's get to the next question. Is this question 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Question 2. Oh,
dang.
we're 1 second in. Tanya, would you rather not be able to control your crying or laughing? I can't control either already.
yeah, I can.
Crying, I feel. You know what? I don't know. Both feel terrific.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When you're in the throes of a
of a good
of
cry.
either. I mean, if you're like, you remember those times where you laugh so hard where it's like, not only am I going to laugh to the point of crying, but then I'm going to have that shock wave, that aftershock
Yeah.
laugh all over again that brings me way back into it. And I feel like we had that a couple episodes ago watching
yeah.
Mike's timing thing.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm afraid that I'm gonna fucking one of the weasels from the Roger Rabbit movie and just might like laugh to death. Is that possible? Is it possible to laugh to death?
you're going to have a heart attack.
Shut up with your fucking serious face after the bomb.
Bobby just pointed out a great thing on YKWd yesterday. Now it's
About how I can.
he found your Joe. When you say something that bombs, you quickly go into serious thought provoking. But anyway, here's a real question.
Yeah, furrowed brow, pursed lips, Sagalow.
I think it pushes the podcast.
It does. It's great. Great. Not going to get
I
any
can't believe
argument from
Bobby.
me.
No, it's not at all. It is a fun defense mechanism, but it is a funny thing that Bobby just somehow manages to find every crack in every one of our armors.
Yeah, he's good at it. He's really good at it.
Yeah, he's good at being hurtful.
What was that question?
Control your crying or laughing.
I would love to not be able to control my crying because right now I do that and
Oh.
it hurts. I'm like, I like feel a cry coming on and there's something in me that's like, don't you dare.
Right. So does that mean that like we're only prompted to cry still at the same stuff? So we're not just weeping all day.
No, I think
every
it's
day.
when you cry, it's an uncontrollable cry.
It's a heave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that would probably be best for all of us.
I mean, that is my reality. I give big heaving weeps.
But the answer would be to control. The answer is control your laughter.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could do that, I think we'd have more listeners.
Yeah.
A lot less comments, though.
Yeah. That's true.
That's
It
true.
keeps the algo going. Your
Hey,
hatred for
I
my
would-
laugh.
they'll say your name.
I would love to isolate that through teeth like realization.
Ethan Scarlefox. Here's the scenario, death's door. You have been given 24 hours to live and $1 million to use for whatever you want. What does your final blaze of glory look like? Let's take kids, family out of the equation. What are you doing by yourself?
I'm buying the most expensive Camaro.
Camaro.
I don't know. Some sort of fucking.
So a reasonable 45 grand.
Yeah. So
You know how to stick shift?
No. Okay. Not a
You
Camaro.
You can't drive stick?
No.
You can, right?
It's been since high school. I really had a hard time getting it into first, but out of first, I'm golden, baby.
No shit.
But I haven't driven a stick shift.
High school as well.
It's probably a completely lost skill, right? Like with,
They don't even
with
really-
the younger generation.
Oh yeah, like American cars, they barely even.
You have to be very into cars. You have to probably seek out a stick shift car.
You don't even turn a key to put the car running.
Yeah, I never enjoyed it though. I never saw the I'm just like torquing with the
Yeah.
motor, and it's like, you know what I like? Having both hands.
Yeah, I like not stalling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and not having.
Yeah,
to
but
do,
once you get it, dude, once you get
it
it,
feels good.
and but it also makes you way more present as you're driving because you can completely fall asleep behind the wheel. Everything's being taken care of when you're automatic. But when you're driving stick and you're either maneuvering highway or whatever, you are in tuned with the automobile. You have to be because you have to be downshifting or you have to just
being in traffic and stick shift.
I don't mind
sucks.
it. It's so fun to balance the pedals like that. But you're looking at it as somebody who stinks at it. Once you're good at it, and it's kind of like fun to almost like rock yourself back and forth. Good way to blow your transmission, but still fun. But once you get like that kind of good at it, and you get to fuck around, it's so good.
Well, here's how
It's like jerking a guy off while driving.
Now, here's the reason why I didn't want to. I really, more than anything, there was a time when I fucking had like almost broken my wrist, but it wasn't a break, but it was like, a bad sprain. And I remembered being like, fuck, like I couldn't grip something, let alone I wouldn't have been able to drive that whole time without it. And I was like, oh, thank God.
I sprained my ankle when I was driving my dad's, I was driving a 2000 something Ford Ranger 5-speed long shift. So that they like with trucks or with cars, it's right here.
Yeah.
And it's low and it's higher up and it's easy. With the truck, the whole thing is like the length of your limb. So you're literally starting in first and just being like, like all the way down here, throwing it to third up here, down to fourth here. It's like, it's so crazy. And I sprained my ankle at basketball and had to like fucking muscle through just scorching pain just to get home.
Oh my God.
It's kind of cool.
Because when I had the ankle sprain, I literally just put my right leg in the passenger seat and was just driving with my left foot just recklessly. And I remember when I was a kid,
You're like Walter Jr.
When I was like 5, my mom was I was stick shifting while my mom was driving, like, on the highway, just being like, go to fourth. And I'm like, and then it's like, we're spinning out on South.
Sorry, Mom. My buddy Alex had a Jeep Wrangler that was a stick.
Those are fun.
And we would drive together all the time. And he was like, I'll teach you how to do this. And I was like, let's just go to the place we're going. I'm like,
can you pull up?
You have no interest in anything.
No interest in the thing that's harder that we figured out.
I learned on like an 88 Prelude. My friend Nick Parvis used to let me drive his fucking
Honda
88 Prelude.
Yeah.
And it was an old fucking beater, but
Prelude.
it was a perfect car to learn stick on because there's like no
consequence.
stakes.
What does that
Whatever.
look like?
Can you pull up a picture of, I guess now, an
88 Prelude?
but also a 1987 Toyota MR2? Because my mom got this car for free from
Sounds like a vaccine.
One of her good friends had he got ALS, and so he that thing where it's slowly. So he was like,
That's Lou Gehrig's, right?
Yeah. So he couldn't drive anymore. So he just gave my mom this car, and it was this classic we just see how it was a 2-seater T-tops. The engine was in the trunk, so if you hit anything,
You're dead.
I mean, you were super fucked.
Shooting the engine into the front seat.
Yeah, into the back of your
like
head.
a bomb.
Yeah, and that was what I was driving her stick shift on, and then it was also, I think, rear wheel drive. It just or front wheel drive, whatever the bad
snow.
one is. Yeah.
In the snow with a rear wheel drive. That's
Wait. That's the Honda Prelude.
Wow, that's a nice car.
And,
both red.
Wait, that's is that the MR2? Is that an 87 or something like that? Anyway, with the T-tops, I think it was even a little more crunch than that, but maybe it was, but yeah, crazy.
That's a nice car.
Crazy top.
super fun.
Yeah.
That's
Like
the best.
Jesse Pinkman's
Those kids,
car.
what's that? Is that a Prelude?
No, this is the one Feeney said.
Oh, that's nice.
that's not the same.
They look like the same car.
Because that was a 4-seater car, because it's a back window. This one doesn't even have a back window.
What a gift that is, though. And I'm curious if, Nicole, you had this too, and you guys, did you have the older kid who just let you drive before you got your license?
No, what I had was when I was really little, too young, and I was in Florida, my dad's sister, my aunt, they went out and my aunt was watching us, and they went and she said, "Hey, do you want to go to the parking lot and drive around?" And my sister was crazy young, and I was like a baby, like I think I wasn't a baby, but I think I was like 8 or something, and it was like she was sitting on
Not
her.
even close to a baby.
I still think I'm a baby. So she's sitting on her lap and driving, and then I was sitting on her lap and driving, and we're driving around the parking lot, and it was like nothing. And I don't know if you ever do this as a kid, just fucking rat out by accident because you don't realize how dangerous and that shit was. So like we were driving with my mom. I'm driving with my mom, and she goes, "Oh yeah, one day I'll teach you how to drive." And I went, "Oh, Aunt Jerry already blah blah." Like immediately was like da 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 da, and created a wave of problems.
Yeah, you
just
did.
just a fucking boom, and then
Hell
I'm
yeah.
out.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Dude, my dad, do you know Pete's Tavern over by New York Comedy Club?
Yeah.
My dad used to be a bartender there, like back in the day, whenever the fuck, when I was a baby. And I think I went there with him when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And my dad was talking to some, woman he worked with or whatever. And we got home and my mom's like, "How was it?" I was like, "Dad was talking to a woman. I didn't like her. I didn't care for her." Like instantly. And he was like, "What the fuck, dude?" Instantly was like, "I don't care for it, Mom. Get him."
Oh my God.
Get 'em.
And that was the beginning of it all.
Yeah. It turns out they were perfectly happy moments before that. Completely until then.
Both him and my mom and him and I ruined everything.
You ever do that? You ever just rat out by accident? And
Oh, I'm sure I did. Absolutely. I
I think
can't
you
think of-
remember. It's very like traumatizing when you're like, did I get everyone in trouble?
Traumatizing.
It's really traumatizing. Welcome to our segment where we
You are dressed like a Wild 'N Out cast member right now.
Yeah.
Maddie with the fatty.
Cast member 46, season 46.
What I like about this show is you could see all their dead eyes. You know what I mean?
What? Wow.
No, I don't want.
All the cast members dead eyes from having to do that.
Oh, all right. Next.
This is how I feel on just out in the ocean while my friends have ships right next to me, just not rescuing me at all. I'm here on a
Yeah, but it's like you're floating in the ocean, but holding like a swastika flag, and you're like, "Guys, let me in," and we're like, "Ah." Do you guys hear
Let it
anything?
be
I don't hear
known.
anything.
Let it be known, making fun of Wild 'N Out is like making fun of the Jews.
I mean, Nick Cannon did it.
Yeah.
No, with the turban?
Yeah, no, he
No,
didn't
yeah. He said they were less suppressed.
Oh yeah, he did.
And
Didn't
they're
he?
like not real Jews. He said them. I think he was like saying reciting Black Israelite stuff, right? Yeah, which I firmly agree with.
What a hilarious personality.
All of my opinions come from people screaming them into megaphones at corners.
On the corner of Nostrand and Fulton.
Yeah.
While trying to
Or
clean the
in
city.
Austin, Texas.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That was
It's so strange when
that
you're
was
walking.
kind of a weak demonstration.
Well, because there was nobody there yet, and they were just like, "And fuck," they're like, "And fuck the white man," as we're like,
Yeah.
literally the three of us, like, "How's it going?" Like walking by.
Gentlemen.
He was
Yeah.
like joking around and doing crowd work with people on the street too, wasn't he?
He was like you on stage with the band.
Yeah. Well, I get it. I get it. If you're watching this, I get it. You can't just go right into it.
The militant guy in the megaphone starts being like, "Can't you see that it's here? Another one." He's just doing Jack Black.
And I'm going, he's doing my thing.
Watch YKWd if you want to
Yeah.
get the context of that, gang.
Nicole, we're about 30 in, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so write a 5-star review, everybody. If you're listening on iTunes, wherever you're listening to podcasts, rate, review, subscribe, do all the stuff for free that helps boost the show's algorithm. It gets it out to new people, and that was awesome. And yeah, we just want as many people as possible to start listening to the show. Everybody who's been turned on to it has seemingly loved it, so feel free to tell a friend. And if you like the show, you want to support us as comedians and as human beings, go to patreon.com/scenariopod. We have a ton of bonus content. We do one additional episode per week every week. and plus a backlog of over 200 hours of exclusive to Patreon podcasts, plus vlogs, shorts, behind the scenes stuff, sketches, Feeney solo podcast, my solo podcast, Brendan's hip hops, you name it. We got a ton of stuff. So support, join the boys, and come see us on the road doing stand-up comedy, because that's what we do.
BrendanSagalow.com for all road dates. Subscribe to my YouTube, youtube.com/Brendan Sagalow. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, fucking Be Real. And twitch.tv/Sags2Riches.
I'm gonna start trying to promote, to give you guys a concentrated promotion for one thing. So while everything that Brendan just said applies to me as well, this week, just subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's my youtube.com/Mike Feeney Comedy, and you know where to find my dates and all that stuff. Thank you.
New York Comedy Festival, November 8th, all green lights, comedians on edibles doing crowd work. I'm hosting a bunch of hilarious New York City / LA comedians on edibles. And Nicole's shooting the damn thing. We're going to put it up on YouTube. It's going to be a bonkers night of comedy. It's going to sell out. It's during the fest. So MikeCannonComedy.com for that. I'll be in Wilmington, Delaware. I'll be in Fairfield, Connecticut. Fort Lauderdale, rescheduled for November. We got, and I think the other two are going to be as well. But all dates, MikeCannonComedy.com, and my YouTube, Mike Cannon Comedy. Nicole.
My Instagram is Nicole C. Lyons.
That's right, it is. That's right, it is.
Hell yeah.
Next question. Cerna style. Here's the scenario: fast food. Pick one of these fast food chains to eat from for the rest of your life: Taco Bell,
Nope.
KFC, or Costco concession stand.
Oh,
my
man,
God.
that sucks.
What is
All of that
Costco?
is
Hey, they
awful.
just sell the big hot dog, the cheap hot dog, and like French fries. It's pretty limited. Or like a shitty grilled chicken sandwich.
I like KFC. I like those sliders.
Yeah, and you can kind of get you can get grilled chicken there.
Yeah.
Something there. That's
Broccoli.
That's the only option.
Broccoli.
You can get broccoli there too. You can get a thing of broccoli and like cheese and put it on it if you're trying to eat healthy, I guess.
Yeah, nice slathering of cheese.
Yeah, nice. Well, when I was doing keto, that was my shit. Melted
and
cheese
cheese?
on broccoli.
Yeah, I mean, that must have put such a strain on your heart, that whole diet.
Not
Why?
as much as this podcast does.
not much as this life does. Yeah, I think it is unhealthy for sure. I want to do it again, but
No, I bet you could. There's a healthy way to do it. You just don't do the cheese.
yeah, you just have the steamed broccoli or something in like a water.
Get out of here.
Whoa,
Oh,
that was close. You just pull your arm out.
yeah. Tore everything.
Look, man, I just John McCain'd it. That was terrible. I really couldn't even get it above my ear.
I saw your arm.
I like
twitching.
hold something
Your
in my
head was
ball
twitching.
doing that.
You have a hernia?
No, is that a sciatica or something? Is there a strand from your armpit
down-
to your
down-
left testicle?
down-
I bet
Like-
there is. I bet there's a
Nicole, can you
nerve
look if
back
there's a
there.
pulley system from your left armpit to your or shoulder to your left ball?
Yeah, your right ball goes down, your left arm goes up.
Yeah, dude, is that something?
I would also like to know what happened to the murderees on the Woodbury Road in Long Island. I would love to know that. You know, so if you could look that up as well. Slangs and Syosset. You had it. Whoa.
Wow.
I look up
Akash Singh.
everything you guys say, and I just kind of like keep it on deck. So I'm proposing that at some point I just read you all the open tabs that
Yes.
I have.
Whoa.
Oh,
Look at
in a
that.
segment called Open Tabs.
Open tabs.
Yeah.
When 12-year-old Ankur Singh and his 13-year-old brother, Pulkit,
Akash.
and found their daddy, Andrew Schulz, returned home from school on January 23rd, 2007. Their mother isn't at the door to get them as usual, so they let themselves in with the spare key. Inside, the boys discover their father, Jaspal Singh, Jaspal, on the living room floor
Probably young.
with a fatal gunshot wound to his head and chest.
Oof.
And their mother, Geeta Singh, lying dead in a pool of blood in their home. And indeed, the intruders appear to have been looking for something inside the house,
Damn.
as the entire second floor has been ransacked because there is no sign of forced entry. Police believe the couple was targeted and possibly even knew their killers, but their murderers remain a mystery.
Wow. That's
Wow. That's
wild.
insane. They never figured it out?
That sucks. And I bet they got the golden elephant or whatever they were looking for.
They just had to outrun. They just had to outrun the giant boulder that was chasing them. It's a truly awful thing to talk about.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, that sucks, dude.
All right, what else is
I'm
the
KFC all the way out of Taco Bell KFC.
KFC, yeah.
Yeah. Sir Anastasies, your mother texts you. Oh, I wish.
Oh.
Saying, I have to tell you something about your real father. Call me. What goes through your head? Yes. That's
What goes through your head when
that's what goes through my
when my mom writes "call me" in a text message?
And then the
No,
rest
I have
of
to
the
tell you
sentence.
something about your real father. Call me.
Oh,
Real father instantly lets me know the one I have known to be my father is no longer.
That's right.
yeah. You call them right away and go, "What are you talking about? Why did you say it like that?" And then they go, "You're black." And then I go, "All right."
Brendan just starts screaming the N-word. I can say it now! He
Yeah.
runs down the streets. I can say it now! Mr.
These comedies
Mr.
logic.
Williamson, I can say it now!
That's great.
Sir, what day is it? Why, it's N-word day.
It's Martin Luther King Day.
My good man.
Yeah, that'd be freaky. I'd immediately be like, now, if that happened to you right now, would you go, "We got to stop the thing. I got to go make this call"?
Yeah, probably.
No, I'd be like, "Well, that's weird. I'll deal with that in a little bit."
I'd make the call on the show.
And then just be distracted.
Hey, Mom, you're on the podcast. You're on Here's the
What
Scenario.
now,
Right.
Brendan?
Shatter my history for the listeners.
Yeah. Who are going to leave a comment saying fake?
Yeah. Fake, yeah. Not real. Cap.
Woof.
Cap.
This is
this is how I know he's lying.
There's a lot of new slang coming out too, internet slang, huh?
Is there?
The cap, right?
Cap's
That's not new.
Cap and mid and
Mid's
No.
bad.
what's the blue
That's
cap
not
thing too?
That's Cap.
That's Cap.
Cap is bad.
No, Cap
Cap
is
just-
just you're lying.
You're lying. You know what's new? Like
Oh.
not new, but probably the most recent one is like It's Giving. Is kind of like that, where it's like, oh,
It's giving me.
giving.
Yeah.
It's giving
Blank vibes.
hot dad
Yeah.
kind of.
Oh, thanks.
It-
Wow.
It's giving
Careful. man.
be
Be careful.
hot guy.
Soon to be.
It's
Dad.
giving. It's giving.
Wiling out cast member.
It's giving.
Thanksgiving.
Instead of taking,
Yeah,
you
it's
wish
giving.
it was Thanksgiving. Yeah, so I guess we'd all call our parents. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. We'd have to call right away.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know what that would do to me, to be honest. I'd just be like, all right.
I'd be like, I'd call my dad that I knew and be like, thanks for sticking around and
Yeah.
living that
Yeah,
life.
you're a good dude.
I'd be like, that guy's my dad. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't even. I mean, everyone always like, I wouldn't even look for up my real dad. Yes, you would.
Do you
Yes,
know,
you would.
I
Absolutely,
know
yes, you
people who have found out their parents are not their parents from like 23andMe.
Whoa.
That's how I found out Erica and I are related.
Oh,
First
that's
cousins.
hot.
Ooh, House
Dude,
of Dragon.
skin tone says no way. Skin cone.
Skin cone. This is what I would do. I know everybody, there's a kind of a morality in being like, I don't want a fucking thing from that guy. But if I found out I had another dad, I would go, okay, I'm taking all your money now.
Oh,
Great.
I already sucked the other one dry.
Yeah.
another tank of gas.
Yeah.
Another tank of gas. Yeah, there you go.
Guess who's getting a new iPhone?
Oh, we just installed a new vending machine in the house of Sagalow.
All right. Michelangelo Yosefs, congratulations, you're God. First order of business is the afterlife. Do you have a heaven/hell, eternal reincarnation, or something custom?
Absolutely gonna do an afterlife.
Yeah.
And it'll
have
just
an
be based
afterlife.
on anyone who's been nice to me and anyone who's wronged me. And the rest who
Just
I've
you
never
alone in a room.
and the rest who
yeah, this is what I like.
the rest
like
who I
this.
haven't interacted with. But also it's kind of like a sliding scale. So the people who, let's say, were nice to me, but maybe were only nice to me so they can get into, Feeney heaven, is if I sense something's up or if they start getting a little complicit in their, I'm here for eternity no matter what I do kind of a thing. There is,
You can strike them down.
you can strike them down to
send 'em to
eternal
hell.
damnation at any given point.
Have we talked about this before? I'm getting deja vu, but my favorite depiction of afterlife, aside from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey with Hell,
Mhm.
is that Albert Brooks movie with Meryl Streep.
Which
Is it called Afterlife? I think, but he dies, and they have to go through this entire thing where they basically break down their lives and find out if they can go to heaven
Whoa, that's
or
cool.
get sent back down to try to reach nirvana. Like, it's almost like Catholic nirvana, where they have to get to certain levels each and every time and ascend
Whoa.
and learn a thing. But that movie rules.
I'm gonna look that up.
Nicole, what is it?
Defending your life.
Defending your life. That's right. So you have to basically like sell why you
Should go to heaven.
should go to heaven. Yeah. It's really
and
great.
you're the judge. I would love that.
No, you're
There's
not.
that really funny sketch that I saw on, I think I sent it to both.
Why would you be the
TikTok.
judge? You're not the judge.
Oh, so you're just like hiring somebody to like judge, like your own.
No,
little
you
Saint
you
Peter.
die, you get sent to a place, and they put you through the process of having to defend your life.
Yeah, but you're God in this situation, so you set that whole thing up.
That's right.
So would
Checks notes.
Would-
That's right.
would you hire like a Saint Peter type, or like would you be the judge and you're like, why do you think you deserve to be?
I would be
in canon in
judge,
heaven.
jury, and executioner. 100%.
I wonder, do you think, because initially I was like, maybe I can put somebody like Nicole in that position, but I do feel like she'd be too forgiving. Unless with that ultimate power, the real Nicole shows up.
I have Nicole shooting the whole thing.
Oh, you have her working in the
Yeah,
afterlife.
yeah, that's
for
right.
for
Yeah.
GodTube.
She's in white overalls with a white camera.
She got the wings. Mike is like doing a thumbnail, and then it's
Welcome
like,
to-
why is my GodTube engagement so long?
Welcome to heaven on edible.
Where every life's an extra hard party, dude.
Yeah, we're working on a special in a cloud.
How do you get higher than heaven?
Higher than heaven is the name of the special.
Higher than heaven.
That's not bad.
That
All right.
might have.
That's
Is
the
there still
next
time to
special
make
name.
your last special that name? Because that's a great.
Cut that out because I want it to be a surprise. I'm just kidding. What do you do? Did we say it?
I don't think I said my thing, but I don't think we're gonna beat that. So let's just move on.
Okay. Sorry about that. Gonzo Gear. If you had to have one serial killer's career, who would it be?
Well,
Kaczynski is a pretty good one, right? He had a good time. He had a good run, and he went all across America
Jack
murdering.
the Ripper.
What's his tits is like
He
all
got out
the
of
fucking
jail.
rage, though.
Dahmer?
Yeah,
It's
he's
only
like,
because his show is out now.
Yeah, it's like, wait, Dahmer.
dude,
Who was the last guy? Who did Zac Efron play?
Ted Bundy.
Kaczynski.
No,
Okay,
Ted
so
Bundy.
that was a different.
Oh, that's
guy.
who I was thinking of. Yeah, Ted Bundy, not Ted Kaczynski.
Ted Kaczynski is
this-
Unabomber, or no?
No, Ted Kaczynski
Uh,
is the Summer of Sam guy, I think. Right?
No,
Son of Sam?
no, we're so dumb. Ted Kaczynski is the guy that was in his shack writing manifestos.
That's the Unabomber.
I thought Ted Kaczynski was the.
Was he Unabomber?
Mhm.
Yeah, look at me.
Unabomber.
I doubt it.
Oh, so
myself.
Ted Bundy is who I'm thinking of.
Ted
yeah,
Bundy,
Ted
yeah.
Bundy was the one that
That's
had like.
the one I wanted because he went on a murdering spree all across. He got people in there.
I like Ed
Yeah,
Gein.
Ed Gein.
Ed
Crazy.
Gein had like nipple belts and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
lampshades made
That's
out
a
of
little.
people.
That gets.
People
I
were-
just, you know
yeah,
what the problem with Ed
disgusting.
Gein is the smell. You know, like Ted
Maybe he
Kaczynski.
Dahmer, you're gonna
Maybe
have
it
to
just
smell
smelled like
too.
leather
No, I don't want to be Dahmer.
couches.
Bundy brutally murders the person and then he gets out of there.
You ever see Jeffrey Dahmer's Dateline documentary?
Oh, I've watched all of that like crazy.
Pretty interesting, and because at the end he's just like I have genuine remorse for what I've done. I now
Yeah.
realize it was completely wrong. He's like, and you let me out, and I'm doing it again.
Yeah. There's
He's
another
just like,
guy.
I'm out of my mind.
There's another guy that the same thing. He was like, yeah, I know it's wrong and stuff. And the guy's like, are you thinking of killing people now? And he's like, yeah, if you let me out, I would kill people. And he's like, you thinking about killing me? And he's like, yeah.
Well, that was I
Long
watched
gotten through that.
Oh yeah, I'm already
He-
fucking you.
I watched the interview of the guy that was based off the song Polly by Nirvana. That guy who like kidnapped and like, you know, just tried to like, he was just like raping and torturing a teenage, like a 12-year-old girl or something like that. And then she like escaped and got away. But he had already been arrested for doing that earlier and got out. and then did it
Whoa.
again,
What?
and then got arrested a second time for that. And this time they're like, all right, we made a whoopsie pie. You're in for
This
life.
you gotta
time,
get
we're
back in there.
locking the gate.
Yeah.
Lock the gate.
They make a very fun Mark Maron joke in Superhero Dogs.
Really?
Yeah, it's a great movie. Have you seen
Welcome
it?
to
That
WTT.
One where The Rock plays Superman's dog.
Oh.
It's great.
It's on Disney Plus.
It's not. It's on HBO, but
It's on
good.
HBO.
Uh,
What serial killer would you like? I mean, they're all. Problem with Dahmer is he's also eating the people, and I don't want to eat.
What about
people.
Son of Sam though? He never got caught, right? So that's kind of the ultimate.
I would go Jack
what
the
did he
Ripper.
kill? Like 2 people?
No.
Son of Sam?
Yeah.
Sam, I think it was like, I'm gonna guess 8.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I want to say 8 too. I guess I'll go 7.
Zodiac.
Fuck you.
Maybe Zodiac.
Zodiac, but was
Zodiac's a good one.
Oh yeah, because he left like notes and stuff. He was
Yeah.
like the Riddler.
He was the Riddler. Yeah.
Damn, dude. All of these
What's the matter?
definitely not John.
I'm waiting to
Gacy,
see
though.
how many murderers the Son of Sam guy had.
He did get caught, and it was only 6.
Oh
Wow. 6 is bullshit.
So I won.
No, because you went over.
Oh, I went over. Yeah. There's a serial killer out now. Did you see that?
What was his name, Son of Sam?
David Berkowitz.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Boy, I'm really confusing my mass murderers. to
Yeah, you're
serial
no
killers.
goods at
But there is a serial killer on the loose now.
What's
Yeah,
his
it's
name?
been
California.
so long.
They don't know. The only
They haven't caught
Good.
him.
Just in time for me to go out there next week.
yeah.
Yeah, they said specifically during Halloween.
Don't, yeah. They're like, don't go to San
think it's in-
Diego
it's
and
in-
then LA.
He's killing men.
I was just gonna say, don't worry, it's happening in California.
Yeah.
He he's killing men ages 35 to
But who look
40.
older.
Yeah.
I don't look older. My hair does.
Right.
Yeah. My face.
So-
35 to 40 though. And they have one picture of him and he's like just walking. So who even knows if that's real? I mean, the popularity of the Dahmer doc and now there's a serial killer out. I see right through you, media.
I bet it's a
see
Netflix
right through you.
promo. It's like when they had those clowns walking around
Yeah.
towns, and that was for it.
Or the smile
That's
people.
cool. The
Yeah.
smile people.
That was
yeah.
great marketing.
Wow. Fake murderer. Cerna style, your mother texts you saying, oh, never mind. What, Cerna style, what's the scariest thing you found out about a friend? That they're
That he couldn't spell kitchen.
KITC.
I was gonna say that they're dead, but I think that's right.
I was gonna say that they were dead. Yeah. That's second for me. That's second for me.
When we
the joke I
pretend that we're dead, then we're dead. When we pretend that we're dead. You remember that song?
No.
It was in like also in like rock band and stuff. It's a pretty popular song. Nicole, pull it up.
So I'll pull it up.
Would you
We
sing
don't
it
even
one more
need it.
time? I didn't catch any of the lyrics.
When we pretend that we're dead.
No, we
And then they go,
pretend that we're dead.
pretend we're dead. We can pretend that we're dead.
Who's that? Imagine Dragons?
This is decades before Imagine Dragons. Pretend We're Dead by L7. You would know. It's a.
Oh. We pretend that we're dead.
Pretend we're dead.
Don't sing a song you've never heard.
He knows it and you know it, and I'll play it after this.
I've never.
I don't know.
All right, next question. Gonzo gear. You guys are all personal chefs on luxury yacht. What 3-course meals do you guys make with your current skills?
With my current skills, PB&J, and then for lunch, PB and fluff, and then for dinner, coffee and a water.
Have you? What's the most now that you
I can
have
make
your own
tacos.
now that you have your own apartment with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Have you made dinner?
No, she's making all the dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's traditional.
Yeah, well, she likes doing it, and I like testing her food. If you know what I'm saying, I like.
Do you ever give notes?
Don't do that
No,
to your
of course
girlfriend.
not. I always. I mean, her food's great. There are no notes. She usually thinks that I'm lying because I'm like, I'm just picky. I'm a picky eater, but I'll eat this shit.
Just
And I go,
making you
no,
mac
this is
and
good. And
cheese.
she's like, you're fucking lying.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's not that aggressive. That's just what I hear.
Us too. So,
No, I'm not making. So nothing. I can make you tacos. I'll make you
there you
tacos.
go. That's a meal.
Yeah.
Get some ground beef. Maybe a steak, but it's not going to be good.
You're looking for a hockey puck in the shape of a steak?
Have you ever? You've never like seasoned meat and
I can make you a
grilled it?
burger. I can make you a
Yeah.
burger. I can make you hot dogs. Rice. I can do
Look at this.
noodles. Noodles. I can
All right, we're putting together a menu.
Welcome to
Hey, this is Dave Villamangi.
Welcome to Giuseppe Villamangi's. We got a ton of food for you. We got noodles. We got cereal.
We got tacos.
And nowadays, these cars don't even start without pressing a button. So, what would you make?
3-course meal, huh? Appetizer.
You're at your best when you're at your worst. That's what's
At My Worst
interesting
is a
about
good
you.
Name for my book.
Yeah. what
Just
book?
pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My pop-up book.
Oh, you
if
should
you
do
write
a
it,
finger painting book.
You write it.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of blank pages. You write my story,
Okay.
and I'll sign it.
With an X. All right.
I'm going to do slow charcoal wood fire. I'm going to make chicken wings as like an appetizer, like
That's
the low
good.
smoke. You've had those before.
Oh
my
yeah, your
barbecue.
barbecues.
Yeah, I'm going to have a low. So that would just be a
That
little,
chicken is
a little
good,
appetizer. It's a
dude.
good chicken.
That is a good chicken. I love.
Slow.
I
The
love
meat's
it.
like pink from all the barbecue rings. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do like maybe manigot with some homemade sauce, a little Sunday sauce action
Oh.
on there with garlic bread, and then dessert. I'm not very good at making, but you know what I can make? I can make a fucking excellent milkshake. I'll make you a good.
You'd have to make the ice cream, right?
Why? I'm not making all the other things involved in the food.
I don't know.
Why?
I just wanted to throw a little wrench in it.
Yeah, yeah,
you didn't like how
Yeah.
advanced your fucking
Yeah.
menu was.
yeah.
A milkshake would be
A
good.
chocolate milkshake.
That would be awesome.
What was your breakfast?
Not a breakfast. It's a 3-course meal.
Oh,
So the appetizer, I'm doing the chicken wings.
Okay.
Yeah, and then manigot, little Italian, and then I was going to do a
Wait.
ribeye, but that seems too much meat, so I'll go.
Have you ever you've mixed your own sauce and like made your own
Yeah.
hot wing? I've done that before too. It's so satisfying to do and easy as shit.
So easy.
Yeah, you have an air fryer?
Yeah.
It just you could do that.
Still has
Yeah,
the tag on
easy.
it.
So
No,
no.
yeah,
It
yeah.
broke the first week you got it.
Warranty ended an hour ago.
You got it 2 Christmases ago.
We've used that thing like fucking crazy, dude. You can make everything in the air fryer.
Yeah, you can
Thing.
make wings pretty easily.
You know what you can make now in the air
I don't
fryer,
want wings.
which is going to change a lot of stuff in my
Meth?
household. You can make
That'd be sick.
the Pillsbury
Doughboy?
cinnamon rolls.
What?
They're air fryer ready now. So you go, you go, and all of a sudden you take it out like 5 minutes later, and they're big and plump and fluffy and just
Oh,
Dude,
suck my dick.
Do both of those sounds again?
dip, dip, dip.
Ooh,
Yes.
that's good.
Ooh,
That's good. I'm hungry.
that's some good eating.
That's some good eating.
That was involuntary.
Ooh, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Yeah. I'm hungry.
That sounded like Foley in the beginning, and then turned into a.
I'm hungry.
What were we talking about?
You're
Oh,
asking a
3-course meal. Man, an appetizer. I guess I would I could chop up some salad. Nicole makes unbelievable salads, and I know that sounds like a weird thing to say,
No,
but
it's
the
a skill.
combination of things to put into it,
Yeah.
she's just very good at doing like all a medley of things that make sense and work within their,
You know the secret to
Complimentary
every
taste.
salad I've ever
Crunch.
stopped midway
Croutons.
eating and been like, oh my God. No, not croutons.
Croutons.
Brendan just likes a bowl of hard bread.
Yeah.
Bread. Yeah.
Stale bread in salad now, go.
Italian dressing.
But you know what Caesar for him. You know what
I like balsamic vinaigrette, you cunts.
I've never seen
Not
you have
once.
balsamic vinaigrette.
You are
seen
Captain
you have-
Chicken Caesar.
Yep.
You only see me on Wednesdays.
Now.
Aw.
Now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to turn that. Yeah. All right.
But every time I've ever had a salad out somewhere where I'm like, fuck, this is a good salad. You know what? The one thing they've all had in common that
Onions?
I realized was just a little bit of salt on it. A little,
Oh, yeah.
they're like Italian,
salt,
good
yeah,
Italian
yeah.
place puts a little tiny
Yeah.
salt on it, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
what a difference.
So maybe I'll go healthy. I'll make a salad. I'll cut up some shit, do the whole thing. And then for my main thing, I guess it would have to be a surf and turf. because I do know how to both steam and broil and also grill a lobster. So however you like it, I'll do it.
Grilled.
And I would do a nice medium rare steak.
Chianti.
I'm very good at seasoning for some reason, or at least I like what I do. I don't
It's
know
the
if anybody
small
else
thumb.
does. It's the little thumb.
The little
That's-
thumb.
I
It's
beat-
perfect.
Call that the
It's-
seasoning thumb.
Yeah, it just the flick of it is perfect.
Yeah.
You go, oh, little
Stamp it in.
Yeah.
Approved.
Well, this is also a meat thermometer, so I
Yeah.
pluck it right into the middle of the steak, and it goes.
Yeah.
It goes up. Yeah. So that's what I'd make. I'd make a surf and turf.
Dessert.
Chocolate
Shit.
covered strawberry.
You know what I'd love to make, and think I could if given the if I didn't have to make the ice cream, but I had ice cream. I would like to make a tartufo, like just
Yeah.
a ball of ice cream with cherry in the middle, with a thin shell
Within
of
that hard
chocolate,
shell, yeah.
and then
You know what?
break it into four.
I always
That's
get
the
that when I go to
fucking
Uncle
best.
Vinny's.
It's
a great after
the best.
set thing. Sometimes I'll
Yes.
take it to go, eat it on the way home.
Dude, I'll eat it on stage when I'm there. It's the best.
I like mousses and stuff.
I don't care for that
Chocolate
sometimes.
mousse.
It's too
It's a little too much chocolate, but
and it's too light. I want like weight.
I
Yeah,
like
it does
cake.
taste like kind of like a room temperature Three Musketeers.
It's air. Yeah, it's very
you
airy.
know?
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Three Musketeer used to be my favorite candy bar.
Ooh,
And now it's like not even in my
Yeah,
top
that's my
five.
dad's, and it's really weird.
Yeah. I used to love the whipping of it, like that inside stuff.
But it's just
now I
it's
need
just-
the peanuts.
I was
need
gonna
the
say
crunch.
it's just
I'm a Twix
Snickers
guy.
without all the good stuff.
Yeah.
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 I'm a Twix man myself,
Yeah.
specifically the right one.
All right.
Those commercials, yeah, right. Twix.
Again, if you want to submit questions and you want to go to the forefront of those questions, go to patreon.com/scenariopod. Instagram also, you could submit questions. We just blew through those because we're recording multiple episodes in a day, so I'm kind of lost. But this is going to be great.
Are those-
We have a couple more left.
oh, you got more left. Okay, great.
No, I found
Look-
some, though.
Nicole, did you put the other ones that I was saying? Those double tap ones?
A couple.
Where?
They should be in the note.
Oh, no.
In the Instagram
Oh,
questions.
Oh, jeez.
I think I already
Oh,
got
he already
through
read them all.
Yeah. All right, so I have some more. Guys, this is from user Nicole C. Lyons. What two animals would you like to switch the sounds they make?
What? I didn't send that.
I know.
What is this?
What? What
I
two
just made up that it was
animals?
from you, but I read a real question.
Who's it from?
Me?
Oh. Well, what Nicole's sea lions?
What's the? Is it a little monkey or is it a bird? The one that goes like. "Quack, quack, 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 quack"?
I
Those
think
ones?
that's I don't know. I
It's
feel
a
like it would be a
rainforest
bird. Yeah.
inhabitant of
Well,
some
and you
kind.
always see a toucan flying when that's
yeah.
Yeah, that's followed with.
Yeah, and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
looking up as it's like lightly misting.
Damn, my wings sucked in comparison.
No, that was good.
No, but it wasn't that good. That the thing was great, and then I was like,
The thing was great.
Wing, 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 wing.
that was good.
I would. So, what would we put that noise that I just made onto?
Quack, 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 quack,
How would
quack,
that be a fun?
On a shark.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
terrifying. yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
The under the water. Pussy punch.
Don't quote my bit at me in a sarcastic manner.
I think it just kicked in on iTunes right now.
I don't think iTunes exists anymore.
No?
No, it's gone. It's
Apple
like,
Music.
It's like yeah, it's just called Apple.
Oh, yeah, it's
Music.
just streams, right? Can you even buy shit?
Just bit my tongue.
That's gonna be a 3-day problem.
Oh, no.
Oh wait,
I
how do
said-
you do that now? If you bite
Nah,
your
you
tongue,
just eat on this side.
but your tongue's still in the middle.
I'll figure it out. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out.
He just keeps ice cream on the right, and then he eats with the other side.
That's great.
Bacon sandwich.
That's great.
Actually, that sounds awesome.
Bacon
a little
ice
bit of
cream.
ice
That
cream
exists.
and bacon.
I would love to see hear a mountain lion's voice come out of one of those really small birds that people have. That was great. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
it.
Wow. Yeah. I think they're saying wow. Wow.
Terrible.
See what happens when we run out of questions?
Are there no more questions?
It devolves into Brendan's act.
It's out of Z.
Oh, the Nicole laugh.
Nicole, how dare you?
I love you. It snuck
That's
up
the
on
first
me.
time I heard. That's the first time in 2 hours I've heard anything from Nicole.
Yeah, are you having fun, Nicole? Do you like the show still?
I laughed the whole time.
All right, good.
I forget that Nicole also does YKWd. Like, you know, you ever feel like that?
Because she's so much more of this show's
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, next question. What do you wish grew on trees?
Don't.
No, that'd be easy. What do I wish grew on trees?
You couldn't even stop yourself.
Money. Money.
Hey.
People would be very funny to watch grow on trees.
Yeah, little pods.
To see a person tree.
I really, dude, there's something deep inside of me, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's called
and
a
it's
cock.
a cock.
Hey.
But that, like, I don't know if it's because I like the image so much, or like I like the Matrix. I don't know, but I truly believe that there are human beings being grown in pods like that somewhere right now.
Now, why would they do that? To have slaves?
I have no idea. I just think it's happening. There's something in my soul that believes it.
You know what I'd love to grow on trees?
Opportunity.
Edible. Yeah. Well, after this, you know.
Yeah. Not so easy, is it?
Giuseppe.
Yeah. Giuseppe's not so easy.
No, I just stopped myself from saying some
You didn't stop yourself
some real
from nothing.
shit.
No, get him.
Oh.
Some real shit. This is
Patreon.
Patreon. No,
Oh,
it is not. I wish like edible, like unharmful cookie dough grew on trees because I could eat the little
Ooh.
cookie dough tree. Just have some like it's like nice and cold but delicious.
That's
I
not
don't
bad.
know. Any kind
And
of
not-
food, though, you like take and you're going to eat a worm in your cookie dough or something.
You know how like all fruits grow.
You know what? I would like if this was somehow natural and this
Water?
water bottle grew off of a tree.
Yeah. And you
Like you could just walk by,
yeah.
drink whenever you want.
What if it
It's
was just like
free,
inside of like a
easy.
hollowed out zucchini or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, we can go fully
are not
Avatar
trees.
if we want, but I'm also like, it would be awesome if this just grew off of a tree.
Oh, I would love if like clothes grew off of a tree.
Isn't that crazy that it comes from gasoline?
Yeah.
What does? This comes from gasoline?
Oil originally and then gas.
And how do you make plastic?
Nicole? Okay, let's blow Brendan's
How
mind.
does one make plastic?
It doesn't smell of
How do you
gasoline.
make this? So you're saying I could put this in my car?
And this, friends, is how you make
Plastics are made from raw materials like natural gases, oil plants, or plants, which are refined into ethane and propane. Ethane and propane are then treated with heat in the process called cracking, which turns them into ethylene and propylene. These materials are combined together to create different polymers.
Did you dread public reading when you were in school?
He must have.
No, everybody else did.
You just confidently sputtered through and everybody
I
was like,
loved reading in public because I was like, what happens now is...
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
was
dude, I would
getting
do that too.
attention.
when we were in English class reading Shakespeare and stuff like that, I would be the guy with the voice.
Oh, I always used to count like, okay, so this guy, so that means I'm this line up here. I would like be running it in my head because the worst thing is when you lose track, you know, if you're not putting your finger across
Yeah.
it and you
Yeah.
glance up for a sec, right? Because, and then you're like, oh, fuck, where is it?
And they're like, Michael? You're like, doth to, whoa, what was that?
Did you
have
hear
an
that?
orca whale inside of your throat?
You were talking while that happened.
Oh my God. Ventriloquist?
I thought that came from
Am I a
Cannon because you were actively
What?
speaking as it went.
That sounded like a low viola in your.
As you were speaking, dude. Holy shit. Let's run it through the quick translator. That's like,
Oh.
let me out.
yeah.
I think we got to wrap this up.
That was a good episode. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Listening, however you consume this. We love you.
We'll see you on Friday for a Blunts with the Boys. Patreon only.
Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcasts. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.
The scenario.